Most guys don't start with something like Rugiet. You try the normal route first, maybe a basic sildenafil prescription, maybe a generic from the pharmacy, or you buy some sketchy supplements that made crazy promises but did nothing in the end. That was pretty much how it went for me. The problem was, I felt like I hadn't found the right solution for me yet, and I kept seeing Rugiet ads and wondering if it was a real upgrade or just another name for the same pill. And before we get into everything, if you do end up wanting to try Rugiet, I've dropped a link down below and there's a QR code that's on the screen as well. Both get you the best price that they offer anywhere. But now, the reason I finally tried it out was that I wanted something that actually lined up with what I was dealing with instead of a one size fits all thing. I also really didn't want to sit in a waiting room and have to explain my issues to someone if I could just, avoid it. So Rugiet seemed like that middle ground, real prescription meds, but with a process that didn't feel like a whole production. So Rugiet focuses mainly on ED meds and then a couple of related areas like sleep and weight loss. The big idea is that most of their treatments are combo medications, not just a single generic pill. They stack ingredients to hit more than one issue at once. Things like physical plus mental arousal, or ED plus lasting longer, or ED plus hair growth. We'll get into those. But to sign up, you create an account and go through a medical questionnaire. They ask about your health history, current medications, any conditions you may have, and what kind of problems you're dealing with right now. It's not a 2-question form. You actually have to give real information, but it's still way less awkward than saying it all out loud to someone. And after you submit that, over the next maybe day or two, a licensed board certified doctor looks over everything and decides whether you're a good fit and what would actually make sense to prescribe. Now, it's not an instant approval. If they prescribe something, it gets shipped out in discreet packaging, usually within 4 to 7 days. It just looks like a normal package on your doorstep, so nobody's going to know what's inside. Now, the part I think a lot of people miss is the ongoing side of it. With Rugiet, you get unlimited follow-ups with your provider. If the dose feels off, if you're getting side effects, or you're just not getting the result that you expected, you can message them and they'll work with you to adjust things without you paying for a consult every time. But now let's talk about the actual meds they have. On the ED side, the one you'll see the most is Rugiet Ready. Ready is their fast-acting sublingual option and flagship product. It's their most popular. You put it under your tongue, let it slowly dissolve over about 5 to 10 minutes, and it's designed to start working at around the 15-minute mark and stay active for up to 36 hours. Now, the reason it feels different from a basic pill is the formula. It combines sildenafil and Tadalafil for blood flow and apomorphine to help boost arousal in the brain. So it's not just about circulation, it's also to help your brain actually get into it, flips that switch. Then there's Daily Boost. This one is more of an everyday support option. It's actually cinnamon flavored, it's chewable, that combines 8 milligrams of Tadalafil for sexual performance with 50 milligrams of DHEA to support testosterone production. You take it at the same time every day, and the idea is to keep you more consistent instead of only taking something right beforehand. But now Grower is for guys who care about both performance and their hairline. It's a once daily combo that mixes prescription strength Tadalafil with minoxidil. The goal is to improve blood flow while also simulating hair follicles for thicker hair over time. They say on their website that a lot of guys see improvements after about 3 months if they're consistent. And then now there's Go Long. It's their option for guys who also want help lasting longer. It combines Tadalafil with Paroxetine in a single pill. Tadalafil is there for blood flow, of course, while Paroxetine is there to help with endurance. You take it at least an hour before, and the effects last up to 36 hours. But now, outside of strictly ED stuff, they also have Weigh In and Recharge. Weigh In is their personalized weight loss treatment, Recharge is their sleep medication. But so what makes Rugiet different is really the way they build the meds. Traditional routes usually mean you get one medication, so sildenafil or Tadalafil, and that's it. If you need help with arousal or lasting longer, or you're also worried about your hair growth, that's all on you to figure out separately. Rugiet leans into combination treatments for those things. And also the overall experience. With a regular doctor, you're booking an appointment, sitting in a waiting room, having an in-person conversation, going to a pharmacy, and going back again if you need adjustments. With a lot of online telehealth services, you get more convenience, but every follow-up is another fee. Rugiet sits kind of in the middle. Everything is online, you get a real doctor reviewing your case, the meds show up at your door, and you can keep talking to your provider without paying each time you ask a question or need to change your meds. Now, Rugiet is not all perfect though. There are a couple of drawbacks that you should be aware of. And the first one is actually cost. If you go the simple route, local doctor, generic sildenafil from a normal pharmacy, that will most likely be a little cheaper on a per pill basis. With Rugiet, some of what you're paying for is the convenience, the custom combinations, and the built-in follow-up support. For some guys, that's worth it. If your main priority is to spend as little as possible and you don't mind going in person, Rugiet might not be for you. But the second is that At the end of the day, these are still prescription medications. You can't just treat the online part like a shortcut and ignore your health. You need to fill out the questionnaire honestly. Mention any health problems or medication that you're already on, because who knows how these things might react together. So I think Rugiet is a good fit if you're dealing with more than just occasionally needing a boost. If you care about timing, arousal, maybe lasting longer, or you're juggling a couple of issues at the same time, like ED and hair thinning, their combo approach makes more sense. It's also a solid option if you really want to avoid the in-person awkwardness, but still want a proper doctor involved, not just some mystery pill in the mail. If you do end up wanting to check Rugiet out, I'll leave a link in the description, and you can also scan that QR code on the screen. Both will get you the best price available anywhere. And if you've already tried Rugiet, let me know in the comments what your experience has been. What helped? What didn't? What is something you wish someone told you earlier? Because that kind of honesty helps other guys more than you may think.